reference YouTube is because you can watch this show live right now on my YouTube channel. We got a camera in here and we broadcast live to YouTube. All you got to do is go to youtube.com/The Zo What Show. All one word. Zo is spelled Z-O, not Z-O-E. That is www.youtube.com/The Zo What Show if you want to watch the show live. Again, and then to my YouTube subscribers, if you're not able to watch the show because of any type of, it's raining out here in LA right now, so the Wi-Fi might be tri-fi, all you got to do is go to dashradio.com, then search Talk X. You in the dig? We're live. That audio on Dash Radio is always perfect. Now, total package energy, the holographic relationship. Oh, by the way, if I didn't say it, I'm going to say it again. You pre-order your copy of the holographic relationship at IamZoWilliams.com. You click shop, you click books, then you scroll down, you'll see the holographic relationship. You should get it now. Promise you. All right? And then my latest or my current book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, is available right now. Amazon.com, Kindle, as well as paperback. Right? Go there now. Get your copies. Support all of the movements. Also, YouTube people, hit that super chat. If you hit the super chat, I'm going to shout you out. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Corey Holcomb is coming tonight. Bobby Glanton-Smith is in the building. My homeboy Toohoody Matra is in the building. And boy, oh boy, do I have an amazing topic for y'all tonight. A lot of people, man. A lot of brothers. Well, before I even get into the topic, Bobby, say what's up to everybody, man. Say how you doing and tell them what you're doing.
Well, I'd like to say thanks again for having me in the house, Zoe. And I would like to honor the legacy and memory of Mr. Leon Teague, who was on the So What Morning Show before he passed away. He died December 5th, 2017 at 103 years old.
Yes, sir. Let's
go to work. His legacy is very much alive. Let's go to work. And that's what we're in the business of doing as we speak. His grandson, Israel, has taken over the reins of his dynasty, his empire, and I'll be back with him in a couple of weeks kind of to lay out how we're going to make sure that his legacy transforms into something that we can use in our everyday lives. And I'll close by saying something Mr. Gar was famous for saying. He said, Bobby, I made $1 million before I could spell $1 million. I said, how'd you do that, Mr. Gar? He said, if you want to make money, you got to make friends.
Wow. If you want to make money,
you got to make friends.
Come on, Bobby. Damn. That's why people miss you, Bobby. Words of wisdom. Hey, do you have anything to promote, Bobby?
Well, I'm going to go outside of myself and ask everybody that's listening to this show to tell everybody to go to any of these formats, iTunes or any of that, and watch David Banner's movie, Never Heard.
Yes, man. Yes, I talked to David the other day really quickly. Just staying in contact with good brothers, staying in contact with brothers that are doing things that are positive, that are meaningful. That is one solid bro right there.
For sure.
For sure, for sure. Listen, the number to dial here is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. When I hit you with today's topic, this is going to be good because it's going to be me and Bobby just for a few minutes before Toohoody walks in. But Bobby got that sage wisdom. Now, I don't know, Bobby, if you hip to what's been going on the internet. There's this movement called Be her peace?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, man.
And for probably a good reason. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's talking about men needing to be a woman's peace.
Peace of what?
Exactly, Bobby. Peace of what? Be her peace. Now, years ago, there's this quote from Bob Marley, right? That says, don't disturb her peace, or don't disturb her spirit if you don't mean her no good. You know, I'm about to pull that quote up.
Well, while you're working on that, he also said, I don't want to wait in vain for your love.
Uh-oh, here we go.
That's what Bob said that I heard.
But Bobby, I'm trying to figure it out. It's turned into a movement, man. Here it is right here. Because that be her peace, this right here, the biggest coward of a man is to awaken the love of a woman without the intention of loving her.
That's a valid point. And it has stood the test of time. I mean, why waste anybody's life when you could be with somebody that you truly could benefit from being with?
Yikes. Yikes. Ladies are going to agree with Bobby. I need to hear from the ladies tonight.
But that goes both ways.
Talk to me, Bobby.
There's always been a very necessary balance between men and women. And it's not a perceived value. It's a very real one, especially when relationships work.
Right.
Because there's mutual appreciation.
Right.
And when that gets out of balance, then it's absolute chaos.
Right. Right. But here's the thing. Times have changed. Do you think it's easier to be a woman's peace today or harder to be a woman's peace today? And vice versa.
Well, you can make that work, but it's not sustainable in most instances. There's always exceptions to every rule, but if there's not mutuality of respect, some common objectives, some common goals, over time, that's going to dissipate that alleged relationship. It's gonna turn into something that you regretted getting into long term.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. You're listening to Dash Talk X. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 days a week. But on Wednesdays, we have mansions. Men coming together to build on real topics, real conversation, from a man's point of view, a real man's point of view. Mansions, men building. Tonight's topic, be her peace. Oh, God. I got questions, Bobby. Tell me what you think of some of these questions. Is there a difference between high standards? Gosh, this is going to be terrible. Or what's the difference between high standards and unrealistic expectations in relationships?
High standards are laudable and necessary if you know exactly what it is you want to accomplish in your lifetime. Because life is so fragile, the less time you spend trying to sort out who you with, the better.
Ooh.
Now, expectations, that sometimes becomes a matter of being delusional. I mean, because people will eventually show you who they are.
They're going to show
more
you.
so than they'll tell you one thing, but if you just watch what they do, you're more likely to figure out who you're dealing with. So having standards is a necessity.
Yes.
If you are certain about what it is that you're doing. Otherwise, you're feeling in the dark.
Well, what's the root word of standard but stand? So the question now is, what do you stand for?
You asking me personally?
I'm just saying, for most people, they will label frivolous desires as a standard.
That's because they haven't really set a course for their lives.
Speak on it, Bobby.
And that changes with the trends. But some things are universal as well as irrefutable. If you know who you are and why you are here, that transcends into standards.
Ooh,
Because you're not going to vary from that. And you're going to recognize the wrong folks rather quickly. Sometimes it takes years, man, to get set in your ways, so to speak.
Yeah.
But once you do, man, you firm with it.
You firm with it. Standards comes from what you're standing on. But what if you're standing on trauma?
You're going to get trauma.
What if you're standing on resentment? What if you're standing on resistance?
It's coming in droves.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, you're listening to the wisdom of Bobby Glanton-Smith, a.k.a. Uncle Bobby, a.k.a. Mr. Real Men Don't Play. Tonight's topic, be her peace. You want to hear it from men? You want to hear it from us? You want to understand how we could be your peace?
Let me trying to work that out. Peace of what?
Yeah, man. No, P-E-A-C-E. Bring her peace. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. It's a movement, Bobby.
I thought it was P-I-E-C-E.
Bobby, it's a movement, bro. Where women are hashtagging it. It's everywhere. Be her peace. Now,
that takes it to another level. I was thinking you meant like a side piece or something.
Nah, man. Be her P-E-A-C-E. Are men, listen to this topic here. Be her peace. Are men the chief cause of women's unhappiness?
Ooh, man, that took my breath away right there. Because that blade cuts both ways.
You understand me, Bobby?
It's one or the other.
Ooh. You want to hear from real men? My homeboy, Toohoody Matra. I can't call him a boy. This is a full-fledged man up in this piece. That's all who can come into the Mancer's cipher is real folk. Toohoody Matra. Ma'at-Ra is in the building. Toohoody, say what's up to the people. Greet them. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them where they can roll with you, how they support you. What's your business? Talk about it.
Greetings of peace and love, everyone. And greetings to the men in the studio. Before I start, Zoe, I got to give you your props, man. I want to thank you for Mansions, man.
Thank you, brother.
This is so needed, man. Men need a space where men can talk about certain issues, especially men issues concerning men. So this is greatly needed. I appreciate it. Thank you for the invite. And anytime you need me to be in on a session, I will most definitely be here.
Thank you, brother.
People can find me. I'm a little reluctant, too, to give this information out. But I'm going to do it.
I know.
Man, because, my products are all natural. And if you want something like yesterday, you got to go to CVS and get the chemicals, get the bad stuff, get the crazy stuff. Because my stuff is all natural. Nature dictates, human hands, bioenergy, what have you. So with that being said, you can find the products at ToohoodyMatra.herbs.com. That is my name, Toohoody Matra at the Herbs, HERBS.com. And you guys can also reach me by email too, Toohoody at ToohoodyMatraHerbs.com.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, people have been wanting to hear from the brother Toohoody Matra. He's been gone for a while. He's been low key, but he has come back to the voice of reason to hang out with his good brother Zoe. In here also, Bobby Glanton-Smith. If you're just tuning in, we got a heater of a topic. This is a caller-driven show. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. This is the Mansion series. Tonight's topic, be her peace. Are men the chief cause of women's unhappiness? I've got questions. Is there a difference between high standards and unrealistic expectations? Can a man be expected, listen to this, can a man be expected to bring peace or to be the peace for a chaotic soul? Ooh, I know, Bobby.
That's like trying to put a square peg in a round hole.
Because a lot of these motherfuckers is square pegs running around here looking for a hole.
It ain't gonna fit, man.
I'm trying to tell you now. Do you expect your partner to read your mind? Do you expect your partner to make you happy? True or false? Setting unrealistic / unexpressed expectations make it impossible for you to find real love.
You mentioned communication, and that's something that often comes up when you engage with someone from the opposite sex. And one of the, I think, inhibitors to effective communication is effective listening. Just because you hear somebody don't mean you are actually embracing the information. And just because someone is sitting there talking to you or talking at you is a difference.
Wow.
And it leads to a breakdown in communication that leads to chaos.
Bobby just hit us upside the dome piece on our way home from Jones Beach with something very powerful. Toohoody Matra, I need you to expound on that through this question. Can you actually listen to your partner while resisting what they're saying?
Not at all, beloved. Not at all. Listening is 90% of communication. And to fully listen, one cannot have any restraints. One cannot have any hang-ups, no resistance. And that's what's going on in a lot of these toxic relationships. Resistance, preconceived notions.
Say more. Judgment. Keep going.
Oh, man. I mean, the list is nonstop. No, but you have to be open. You know, you have to be able to. It's like plants inside the human body that are assimilated. You know, because they're organic. You have to be able to assimilate what a person is saying. And that's difficult for a lot of people, you know. You know, it really takes work, so I mean, it really does.
Wow,
it really does.
Who is
on behalf of both partners?
Yes, because I was going to say, when people say relationship is work, who's the foreman? What's the project? And who's responsible for the work?
The individuals are responsible for their work.
For their own?
For their own work.
Wow.
You know, it's not about working on the relationship. It's working on yourself as you are within that relationship. You have to work on yourself. Both parties, male and female. And men, first and foremost, have to develop self. First and foremost.
Wow.
And in developing self, a part of that is understanding the opposite, which is the female. If you study nature, we have the same things in us. Yeah, women have more progesterone and more estrogen, but men, we have them too. Not as much, but we have them too.
Right.
So we can recognize, we can identify. Women also have testosterone and androsterone, but not as much as men, but it's there. You see, so we have it within ourselves to connect.
Let's keep it real. How many relationships do most men, how many hearts do we have to break before we come to that realization? How many lives do we have to really contaminate and fuck up before we come to the realization of what you just said?
Now, that boils down to perception, because are we really doing that, you know?
But I mean, that's why I asked.
It's like breaking something in. It's like getting something ready, you see. But what happens is a lot of people take a lot of beatings and they see it or look at it as beatings. And so, therefore, they let the heart shut down and they miss the lesson. And see, the crystal rose quartz teaches the lesson. The diva within that crystal teaches the lesson to keep the heart open while processing the pain of whatever it may be, severance, breakup, argument, whatever. Keep the heart open while you process the pain, because it is pain. Men feel pain, women feel pain. The pain is there, but the goal is to keep the heart chakra, the hermetic plexus open.
Bobby?
Well, I ain't made it past relationships being work, man. I got enough jobs already. And I think that if we can ever really get to a point where you can look at someone that you're attracted to and quickly bifurcate what you see and what you want out of that person, in a way that you can communicate effectively to that person. Look, here's where I'm at in my life. I'm looking at you and I'm getting certain energy that has nothing to do with work. Because that is the foundation to me of a relationship, is the commonality, the attraction that makes you feel a certain way about the person across from you.
Wow.
And I've always wanted to be in a situation where I could build on the strength of that, because I got enough work to do already.
Right.
I want somebody that I can look at and always feel warm. I ain't talking about in no utopic way.
Right.
But I just feel that should be the strongest part of the relationship, is the joy we can possibly bring to each other. Because heaven knows the rest of this world,
we got enough.
Yeah.
Gonna pitch you around.
Let me hit you with this. To build on what Toohoody Matra and Bobby Glanton are saying. One of my favorite poets is Rumi. And Rumi says, the wound is the place where the light enters you. Now, we got, in 2018, a lot of women and men running around this motherfucker trying to avoid being irritated. You irritate me. Well, how are you going to get polished? In order to polish a stone, you got to rub it. And a lot of times, relationships rub you the wrong way, but you think because it's uncomfortable, it's not for your benefit. How many times we've been called a dog? How many times have men dogged women? Now, listen, it might be unconscious that we dogging that woman, but we might, I'm just presenting this. We could be dogging you for your benefit.
I don't know about that.
And talk to me, Bobby. Push back.
Just based on the give and take of life, if I got to dog somebody, then somebody's going to dog me. And I ain't really trying to get into that particular circle at this stage of my life. And I'm back to the why.
Right.
If I can understand why I'm attracted to somebody and it brings the best out of them, I'm where I'm supposed to be. If I'm trying to put into somebody something that they're not ready for, the hard part is just acknowledging that and realizing the search continues.
Right.
You know, because I've invested, like many of us have, a lot of time being more attracted to somebody than they were attracted to me. But there was enough of an attraction to keep trying to make it happen until you really run into somebody that first and foremost you're friends with. Because I can honestly say I have been in love with someone that I couldn't stand.
Wow.
And by the time I figured out the untenable nature of that situation, damage was done to both people. And my uncle used to always tell me, say, Bobby, the only thing to mend a broken heart is time.
Time.
You can't take medication for it.
No, sir.
You just have to let that play out of your system so that what you're really looking for can find you, because it's really true. That which you seek purely in your heart, it's going to blow your mind when it just walks up ready-made. Because it's done went through all the same trials that you done went through, and you certain of what it is you're looking for, and you be like, oh, finally, I ain't got to go through all of this, you know, how you doing, what you doing, all that old kind of nonsense.
That's right, that's right.
You plug into something that's ready.
Toohoody Matra, your thoughts?
Well, Bobby said that he was in love with somebody that he couldn't stand.
He couldn't stand.
And so to that, I would say love and like are two different things. You
Talk
know,
about it.
We love people that we don't like. In other words, like, I love her, but I don't like her.
That's the same
or a woman
thing.
saying,
Yeah,
you know, I
thing.
love him, but I just don't like him.
Right.
And what it is, they don't like certain aspects about a person. And 9 times out of 10, it's a quality or trait within the person that they don't want to deal with. And so the person comes into their life as a mirror. And then you also have the hard aspects too. You know, we bring astrology into the equation.
Let's do it.
A lot of times, you know, we don't look at the charts. You know, we look at the flesh, we look at the body, but you know, we don't look at our natal charts. You know, for compatibility, and that's very key to relationships. A lot of times, we'll hook up with someone because the sex is banging. So there may be a sexual compatibility, but no compatibility in other areas that are necessary for a relationship. So you have certain quote unquote occult sciences that can help us with that. You know, we're all born with a natal chart, you know, a picture of the heavens when we're born. And then we also have numerology. And so you have two sciences that can help. They're not the end all, you know, be all, the sum, you know, total.
But they give you a loose template. Yeah.
You have a blueprint.
Yeah.
You know, you have that template to start out, you know, something to study, you know, something to learn as you go along, things to look out for. So if you understand that if our Mercury placements together is a hard aspect, then we have to understand that, okay, the sex is cool. The sharing responsibilities, cool, you know, hanging out is cool, but the communication may not be cool. It's a hard aspect.
Right.
So if I know that, then I won't be as quick to say, you know what, screw this. I'm not trying to talk to her. I'm going to lie to her. I'm going to fake the funk, what have you. You go in there. If you're truthful, you go into that relationship knowing that, hey, communication that's a hard aspect. We got to work on that. Are you committed to working on that? Or are you just committed to the sex?
Right.
You know, or just hanging out, you know, this is a F buddy or what have you, a bedmate, what have you.
Right.
You know, truth is very important. So when you study that chart and you study, you know, the sun and the moon placement and Mercury and Venus, they all represent something. So when you understand that, you have knowledge. But after that, and we talked about this, we're joking about work, there's work to do.
Yes.
And when you study that chart, it's like, oh, snap. We got work to do in the area of communication, you know, in the area of finances, you know, energy, you know, optimism, knowledge, all of that stuff, you know, represented by the planets, you know, sun, will, you know, moon, emotions, you know, the deep hidden aspect, you know. You know, Mars, you know, that sexual energy, you know, Mercury, communication, Venus, love, beauty, how we attract things, you know, Jupiter, our optimism, you know, broadness, education, knowledge, Saturn, discipline, very important. Saturn represents discipline, lessons learned, you know, and you just, you know, go all the way down to, you know, Pluto, you know, which deals with, you know, intensity. And you have to be honest with yourself. Is it worth putting time in with this person? Do I want to do it? Do I just want sex?
Well,
or do I want to just use the person? Maybe the person can give me money, or maybe the person has a car and I don't, and the person can take me, you know, from A to B, what have you. What's the motive, man? What's the goal? What's the agenda? Wow. Whatever it is, it got to be predicated upon truth.
Listen, you're listening to the voice of reason on Dash Talk X. Tonight's series, Mansions. You already know what we do on Mansions. Men come together to build elaborate palatial mental palaces for us to sit down and be ourselves without fear of judgment and ridicule from the opposite sex. We're going to speak the way we speak. We got a lot of people who tune in and be like, I don't like the way Zoe said that. This is man talk. I'm letting you look through.
That's right.
You done pulled the curtain back on the Wizard of Oz. You under dig? I'm allowing you to see how we really get down in your absence. I love the way you said it the other day, Toohoody, when you were like, if a woman was in this conversation, it would change the complexity of how we communicate.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
It would.
It depends on how we establish a working definition of a woman.
Talk about it, Bobby.
If it's a woman in the house, she's going to basically be quiet. Ooh. And if she says anything, it would be an enrichment.
Ooh, hit dogs holler. Okay, keep going, Bobby.
Because she's going to appreciate the fact that men are capable of vulnerability. And if you are a woman, you want to accentuate his strength by recognizing that, okay, now that I know that's a trigger, I'm not going to pull it.
Right. Would a real woman understand that a real man needs this type of interaction amongst other real men and not try to censor, get in the way of it when it's happening?
She would embrace it.
She would say, my man need this.
She would push him,
right,
without a doubt.
And
Bobby's
would learn
talking
from
about
it. Yeah.
Exactly. Bobby's talking about the developed woman, the mature woman. We have to break things down. When we deal with the younger generation, that's where most of the discord, that's where most of the problems or the challenges are coming from, the youth. Because unfortunately for today's youth, they really didn't have ideal role models, if role models at all. So they're really, 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 really trying to figure this thing out. Me, I'm the product of a 2-parent household.
Right.
I came up with the maestro. I call Pops the maestro, and I call Moms the muse.
The muse and the maestro.
That's right. Ernest the maestro and Bonnie the muse. So I had the maestro and the muse. And they set a great example for me. They weren't perfect, but they set that blueprint, the basics, and I saw good and bad, and I learned from both. The good, I want that. I'm going to do that. The bad, I'm cool. I'm going to leave that. Y'all keep that, I don't want that. Wow. That's learning, you see. And so, I'm in the world today, 2018, 48 years strong, man, enjoying life, positive, optimistic, not shot down because of relationships. I've had several, I just been through so much, but I don't trip because I know me and I know my chart. Man, I have 3 planets in the 7th house, and in astrology, the 7th house deals with the opposite sex. So if I'm a man, I'm going to be dealing with women. And if I was a female, I would be dealing with men. That 7th house corresponding with Libra, we're talking marriage, relationships, partnerships. Again, the opposite sex. But we're also talking about open enemies. This is why lovers become enemies. And in some cases, enemies become lovers. That's that 7th house. That is the most pronounced aspect of my chart. So I don't trip at all. You see, that's where the peace come from. I have a lot of homies, man, that they've decided to let the heart shut down. F relationships, man, F marriage. They mix hoe now, men going their own way, They're like that because it was just too much. They don't have that map. They don't have a map.
Whew, man, that takes my breath away.
And we're born with the map, man. I mean, come on, how are you going to buy a new car that comes with a book, how to operate that vehicle? Comes with a manual. We too come with a manual. That would be messed up, man, for God to put us on this planet and we don't have a manual. Now, I mean,
I think relationship is the manual.
Well, within it, but you have to break it down male and female because, see, the woman, she has a manual that you have to study to learn her. And then the man has a manual that the woman has to learn that man. That's where the work comes in. Ask these students in school today. They'll tell you that schoolwork that's work. Homework is work. Well, what are you doing? Well, we're studying. But we call it what? Work, schoolwork, homework. So studying, learning is work. You are exerting energy. And that's what you have to do if you're on this planet and you're alive. You have to exert that energy. We have to study one another. And I'm going to tell you the truth. There's a lot to study, and most people just don't have it within them because they were not stimulated at a young age. I was talking to a dear friend of mine. She's 25, college student, and we were talking about our profound love of learning. And it boils down to being stimulated. And a lot of people are not stimulated. And if they are, unfortunately, they're stimulated by the wrong things that's not going to lead them to what it is that they truly desire. And more importantly, what they incarnated to planet Earth for in the first place.
So I'm going to ask you this then. Why do we cheat?
Why do we cheat?
Why do men cheat?
Why do men cheat? Well,
in general,
there are variables. There are variables. And the biggest one deals with the biological aspect. You know, men, as far as our procreation, we are dependent upon the female. That's just a natural urge in us.
When you say dependent, go into that. What do you mean?
Well, in order for us to reproduce, we are dependent upon the female. I don't want to go off into a cult history, whereby, sexual intercourse wasn't necessary, but just dealing with today. In order for Zoe to reproduce himself, or Bobby to reproduce himself, or Toohoody to reproduce himself, you require a female because she is the incubator of Bobby X whatever version, Zoe X whatever version, Toohoody X whatever version, version 1, 2, 3, what have you, like Windows, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, what have you. You see, and so innately men know that. And look at all the sperm cells that we have in our bodies. We could repopulate the earth. Each man has enough sperm cell to repopulate the earth. I'm talking about over his lifetime, the development of sperm cells over his lifetime. Now, why would we have that in us if we are supposed to just have one child?
So let me come back. Are we cheating on the women, or are we cheating on a social construct?
Well, again, there are variables. There's so many, because we don't all do the same thing. Now, see, some men do it because of a construct that may have been set by the man in his life, whether it was the biological father or the stepfather, or looking at the uncles or the fellas, in the neighborhood. Okay, some. It just may be in their chart, man. That Leo, that fifth house placement that deals with extramarital affairs. The fifth house, it deals with numerous affairs. And so if that is heightening your chart, then you're just acting on what's in your chart. Okay, that's something that is there when you incarnate it. Because you get a lesson out of that. Everything that's in your chart, you get a lesson from. So this is why I don't go around judging people who cheat, because certain people get a lesson from that activity, whether they stab like, oh my goodness, or they create a lot of babies, they in a child support system, or just what have you. Everything that happens to us is for purposes of life lessons. Multiple marriages in my chart, that's for me, that's life lessons. Okay, for other people, they got serious money problems. That's a life lesson. A lot of people have serious health problems to overcome. Life lessons. Everything is for life lessons.
Hey, Bobby?
Whew, man, y'all about to... I want to need some oxygen here in a minute, man, because this is getting very, very exhausting in a way. Because... It forces me to look at some things a little bit differently, a little more openly. And also, I find that in my space, I have to be very careful about what works for me that may not work for somebody else from a different background. The brother, Djehuty, had a nuclear family, and my papa was a Rolling Stone. So the lessons that he's talking about, it took me longer to learn them, and along the way, I picked up some bad habits, some misrepresentations of the truth in terms of what a relationship really means. Because for many years, it was about conquest, do or die.
Yes, that's the part we're not really digging into, the conquest.
And so I spent a lot of times on the battlefield, as opposed to realizing that in order to have a healthy relationship, the fundamentals have to be in place. I feel at this stage of my life, it's equally important to like somebody as it is to love somebody, because love, that can break either way, man. So quickly, somebody that you love, and you use that word supposedly to distinguish them as someone at the top of your chain, if you will. And then I'm finding there's different variables involved in loving somebody. I can love a brother as a brother, but a woman, for me to tell a woman that I love her, it's not as conditional. It's not as conditional. Because,
what do you mean by it's not as conditional,
because
Bobby?
it's based on earnings accumulated.
Transactional.
Not transactional, earnings accumulated. In other words, she came to me with a set of things that I was already into. I didn't have to get her to like jazz. I didn't have to get her to like social interaction. She already came with those things. All we had to do was refine our relationship and have that be compelling enough that there's nowhere else for me to want to go. Now, a lot of people find that to be idealistic. In my life, it's not idealistic. It's just rare that I'm going to run into somebody that comes to me where I ain't got to try to fix her or change her. That's her core.
Let me ask you, do you think today's men value women less today than we did back in the day? Did we value women more? Were there a higher quality of women which evoked that value?
One of the things, to answer your question directly, that's interesting to me is the fact that women today are better informed, as well as we are. And as a result, it's easier to detect a woman that has arrived than it was back in the day, because women pretty much stayed in their place, whatever that may have been, a housewife or just a woman that's just out there. So that's a complicated question for me, because there's so much more information now, and there's an opportunity to be more open now than it was back in the day, because a lot of times people would just settle for conventional reasons. You know, she was the one that fit the family profile.
Right.
You see what I mean? And now you don't have to really settle like that anymore.
Wow. Listen, if you just tune into the voice of reason, please understand what it is that I do. Corey Holcomb has just walked into the building. I got to reset the topic so Corey can know what we're talking about. There's an entire movement happening. Be her peace. Women are posting it everywhere on Instagram. Be her peace. Are men the chief cause of women's unhappiness in today's relationships? Be her peace. Don't bring no drama to her. Bob Marley even said, the biggest coward of a man is to awaken the love of a woman without the intention of loving her. But I got questions. And we gonna get to Corey Holcomb, because I know he gonna slap us upside the head.
Hell yeah.
I got questions. Is there a difference between high standards and unrealistic expectations in your relationships? Can a man be expected to bring peace to a chaotic soul? If the woman is dealing with mama issues and baby daddy issues and daddy issues, and she comes to the relationship with unrealistic expectations for this man to be able to clean up her life, is she the real problem and not the man? Because now she's not really dating him. She's dating the expectation she has for him. I got questions. Do you expect your partner to be able to read your mind? Do you expect your partner to make you happy? Gosh. Corey, can a man really be a woman's peace today?
Teddy Pendergrass said it a real long time ago. Make peace with yourself before you can love another.
Whoa.
And we already know most of these women, as they walk around here in disguise, hiding from how they really look, are not at peace with themselves. And they still haven't figured it out. We look at you and we could tell you don't believe.
You don't even believe in you.
Right. The only thing you owe her is honesty. I'm here for the sex. That's what I'm here for.
That's it.
I will pay you for it. I know you need it. I know you need it. Now, if you give in, that's up to you. But if you don't act like I did something wrong to you. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you, since I've been on this planet, out here meeting women, paying them for sex, and getting away from them, I have met maybe one woman at peace with who she is.
Wow.
Like, I'm really comfortable with who I am. And that's not me being mean. That's the truth. I met one woman out of all of the women I ever met that I believe she's at peace with herself.
Damn.
That's not dead. The rest of them dead bitches.
Are you still in contact with that woman on some kind of level?
Yes. How can you lose contact with somebody as rare as that?
Wow.
That's a gem. That's a gem. You don't meet a lot of women who really are at peace with themselves. I'm saying, and it might sound like I'm signifying. I'm just saying, man, I done meet girls who think they're at peace with themselves, but when it really boils down to it, they calling your phone all day asking you questions you've already answered.
Wow. Wow.
I've already told you that. It's just you think if you keep working me, I'm going to do what you want me to do, but you are going to be disappointed in me. I already know it. So I have prepared for your blow up that's eventually going to come by having other, what's a nice word for women who you know ain't going to make it? Is there a nice word for that? Concubines? Is that the word? I have concubines set up in advance. So when your fury comes, it's expected. You have been replaced already. I just need you to get up out this slot. You know what I'm saying?
You're taking up space.
Right. That slot that you had has been taken now because I saw you wasn't happy with me and yourself.
Wow. Corey, why do men cheat?
I think that we will never stop hunting women as long as we are alive. It's an instinct that's as natural as breathing. Now, every once in a while, you meet a man who meet a woman, and that's all he does is her.
Right.
But it's rare. I don't know one personally. I'm just saying. And I know a lot of dudes. I know some guys who say, oh, what's your problem, Corey? I'm only with my wife. And I laugh along with them because their wife is right there when she say it.
You see them at your shows all the time.
I'm just saying, man. I'm talking about good dudes who got good intentions toward their family and everything. They ain't never stop hunting women. Not gonna stop. Not gonna stop.
Can today's black men live with the mindset and behavior of today's black woman?
No.
I got to ask the real questions.
No, you can't.
Why not, Corey? Shit.
This is how society is set up. The women are lost.
Yeah.
They're lost. And it sounds like a cop-out, but it's not. Men are lost too, especially the ones that were raised by a woman.
Woo!
They get the same thing she got. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're a man, y'all gonna go your separate ways. You still gonna have a lot of that she instilled in you and what you saw her do. But I'm saying the way society is now, you know, you don't need a man. Women are in control and they run things. They even say you're not supposed to hit them back. They say all kind of stuff. They say, go ahead, bro.
I'm supposed to say, they're in control. No, on a lower level because men, especially the hidden man, we're talking about the wealthy, they are the ones in control. And women are under that illusion. But I understand what the brother is saying. You know, they are in control to a certain degree to work out this nefarious scheme. Because, see, you know, I've debated a lot of women in the past, a lot of the so-called feminists, and women will say, you know, I'm free, I'm this, I'm that. And I'm like, that's bullshit, because if you develop cancer in your uterus, you cannot get ozone therapy because a man said you could not. Now, if you want to have an abortion, you can have an abortion because a man said you could. But if you want to get ozone therapy to save your life, you can't do it. So how free are you? Like most Americans, we're free in certain respects.
Damn.
They're under an illusion. Yeah. You have a lot of women who hate men. And I'm like, if that's the case, take off the high heel shoes because men made the high heel shoes. Take off your bras. Men made the bra. Take off your panties. Men made the panties. Stop wearing Kotex. Men made the coat. do you really hate men? And if that is the case, then why compete with man in a foolish attempt to become a man? You're going to compete against what you hate. That is pathology, and that goes back to what the brother Corey said.
God.
They're lost.
The only power you have is what some man gave you.
Thank you.
But
That's real, though.
The only reason you walk the streets is because some man said, hey, if you mess with her, we'll do something to her.
Thank you.
You have no power.
That's why I said illusion.
Right.
Listen, if your butt hurt, if you're easily offended,
Wrong station. Yeah.
good.
Well, the truth hurts.
Because this is the show for that. Mansions. Today's topic.
But
Be her peace. Let me set it up and I'm going to throw it back to you, Bobby.
Okay.
Be her peace. Are men the chief cause of women's unhappiness? Can today's black man live with the mindset and behavior of today's black woman? Bobby?
I think James Brown put it best.
Here come
He
Bobby.
said, it's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
Damn.
How true is that? That's good. That's
Yeah.
real.
Now, the truth of that is, for me, we can be abusive of the power that we have as men, and it makes it easy for women to just send us in all kind of different directions because we lose respect for their power. Women have the one thing we can't reproduce.
What is that?
You know what it is.
Talk to us.
You know, it's between their legs. And it's something about the physiology that drives men to do just some of the dumbest shit in the history of the world.
That's why God put them everywhere. So it's plenty of them. Everywhere.
They're everywhere.
In the other
Tennis shoes
room,
back
there's
in the
another
day.
girl who needs some help.
For every Corey Holcomb, there are brothers that are fixated.
That are filled with buttercream.
That are fixated
That will do for them.
on that thing to the point that girl made that song.
That
thing. It's worse than kryptonite. It's worse than crack.
You know the only way you can be a woman peace
How?
is if you obey.
Ooh. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Are you your woman's peace because you obey?
That's the only way you can be at peace, because if you do what you're supposed to do, and if you do what you're going to do, she's going to be upset the whole time she with you.
God.
The whole time she with you. If you do what you want to do, what you man enough to stand on, look, this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to do. That woman will hate you for that.
She'll be mad as shit.
She'll be like, how dare you do what you want to do around me? You're supposed to compromise and just say, okay, whatever. All right, I'll do it. Just to shut you up.
Damn.
That's what Denzel Washington said. He said
Did he?
the secret to his marriage is he keeps his mouth shut and he does what his wife tells him to do. Denzel Washington said.
Simp ass motherfucker.
God damn. God damn. In
That's what
today's
Denzel said.
society, Toohoody Matra, this question's for you. In today's society, can a black man be a black woman's peace without bread, without money?
There's always an exception to the rule, but generally, no. See, we have to understand the society that we're in. We have to understand the social engineering. See, if we were on an island and, the fruit and vegetables were around.
Fishing and hunting.
Wouldn't be any problems. But you're in a capitalist, free market, enterprise, society. And it's all about the Skrilla, man. I mean, we're in a transactional world. It boils down to transactions. What can you do for me? I mean, just keeping it real, I mean, we're dealing with grand prostitution. In many cases, indirectly, you may not put the money in her hand. You might just buy the Gucci bag.
Directly because you're being nice.
Yes.
Because I'm being nice.
Heart.
I'm being politically correct because I can go there.
I call it passive aggressive prostitution.
You talked about that the last show. Exactly.
Somebody sent me a clip of Richard Pryor, and it was like toward the end. And he was in some area, some white man was interviewing him, and one of his ex-wives And she was talking about how all these women just get with him and take advantage of his money. Before you know it, he owes them this, he owes them that. And I'm just saying, it's like, I don't care what condition you in as a man. If you have money, you can get the best of them.
Wow.
The ones at church,
the ones in politics, the ones in school, it
the
don't matter.
highest ranking woman at church, if you got money, you can get her. Church means nothing. Church is a place to hang, right? Jesus know my heart. Yeah, he sure do.
You listening to the Mansion series. Don't get it twisted. Be her peace.
For good or bad, I think I have to acknowledge I live in a world of exceptions. And
what is that?
It means that I'm always looking for the exception because I'm not going to argue with the rule because it's just, that's foolish. That's foolish. Because I see people all the time that fit the description that you're talking about. They only going to deal with you if you got that paper. And I'm not built that way because I've seen so many people with that paper end up having a woman that they have to constantly run down when they ain't around because that's what they there for. And I done seen people get devastated when they found out, Dennis Rodman, you've always been an ugly motherfucker. But you look like Billy D. Williams when you got that paper.
When you got that yaper.
And you know what? The most intelligent man in the world will not even acknowledge that. You're talking about a man who has, they always think, but I'm in control of mine.
Yeah, right.
You're not. When you walk up with your woman, I can see half the problem. Before she even say something. Then after she say something, I'm like, God, that poor motherfucker, that boy gonna kill himself and he'll get out of that. I hope she hurry up and leave him so the pain will stop.
Leave something.
He'll stay in it to the end thinking he can fix it. Yeah. You can't fix it.
You can't.
Her piece is drama. That's what makes her feel better when the drama is kicked up. And I can deal with a woman like that because my intentions are not well.
Joe Williams made a song that really sets this stage very perfectly. He said, she may be your woman, but she come see me sometime. She comes so often, I'm beginning to think she mine. And it's typically the guy that think he got it going on, and because he's controlling her financially. But it's 24 hours in a day, man, and I'm telling you.
There's women out here who don't even cheat. They are loyal to that fool, but they run him to the grave. Yeah. When he dead,
from pillar to post.
When he dead, they go get another one.
Oh,
and run him.
That's what they do. Black Widow spider effect. Nobody wants to talk about it.
Damn. Talk about it, Corey. You got the space.
I'm just saying. I've seen it a lot of times. I know guys, I don't believe that girl cheat on him. But the way she talked to him, the whole time he in her presence, and the way the demands she have and what she won't do, it destroys him inside, and he eventually just wilts away.
Wilts. Just
in my relationships dissipates when there is threat to that peace, or even momentary loss of that peace. And see, I've made up my mind that peace is my most prized possession. And I've had both, you see. So, and the reality is a man is not going to have 100% peace. That's where that compromise comes in at. So how much is a man willing to compromise his peace if he has peace?
Right.
Most don't have, because peace is something that has to be developed. As I tweeted on social media today.
Yeah.
A man cannot be a woman's peace because she must first be her own peace. Then she will attract peace. Peace complements itself. So if she's full of drama, then she cannot appreciate or complement peace. There's going to be a severance of ways.
But you know what? She can't have her own peace if she's a black woman, but really a chocolate-covered white woman.
How about that?
Now, if you a chocolate-covered white woman where all your beliefs about relationship come from a system of white supremacy, and then you come to your man only by color. By standard, it's white supremacy. You're saying assimilate to this standard. assimilate to the education standard, assimilate to the political standard, assimilate to the social norm. Now, we already know in society, these white people have a goddamn hard time seeing us as whole human beings. So how you gonna still believe in Christmas and Mother's Day and Valentine's Day? You totally assimilated ideologically to the system that is 100% against your ass, but you are using that system as a measuring stick to evaluate if this is a good man. How you gonna be a black woman who's really white on the inside and expect a man to be your piece?
These girls are drill sergeants at home, but at work they step and fetch artists. They don't kick up no dust.
That's right.
With the people at their jobs. But at home, they're tyrants. Yeah. They're Hitler at home.
That's right.
Hitler at home.
Right. I wonder what it is, the brother. Do they have a medical term for that? When you get older, like you said, and your main thing is peace, because it happens to a lot of wise men. They realize when they get out of the mess, and they not arguing, they not fighting, they ain't got no police issues or nothing. Right. They like, man, you know what? Whenever I'm around a woman, it's drama. I think they need to come up with a name for that condition that brothers have once they get to a certain age where they be like, I would never put up with that again. Because I would never be around a woman who kicks up dust and is into all that nonsense. I be wanting to tell them, I know that you're trying to make it work, but I don't even look at you as nothing but meat.
Meat.
You are my punching bag for my penis.
Penis punching bag.
That's all you are. I like to work out on you. Other than that, you drama.
Hey, if you can't take it, stay tuned. Don't change the channel because you can't take it. Listen to this. This is Mansions. Hey, my homeboy Corey Holcomb made it to the show. Toohoody Matra, Bobby Glanton-Smith. I'm Zoe Williams. This is the Mansions series on the Voice of Reason here on Dash Talk X. Tonight's topic, Be Her Peace. Are men the chief cause of women's unhappiness? Gosh. True or false? We have toxic patterns and habits that when we don't realize are actually holding us back from sustaining true love. Like, we got these patterns, true or false. We got these patterns that hold us back. And sometimes these patterns are unconscious. Sometimes we have no idea that we picked up a pattern from a parent, or we picked up a pattern from an auntie or an uncle that, you know, may have done something to us. And now relationship turns, or the idea of it turns into this, well, this safe haven away from dealing with that. Not knowing, as soon as you go into a goddamn relationship, that shit's gonna come up. And it has to be dealt with. So we create an unrealistic expectation that our partner should help us shoulder that. Now, Toohoody Matra, I need to understand. How do we get our partners to understand it's not our job to untangle their internal knots? It's not our job to do that.
You have to deal with a woman that is on that path of self-development as a human being, as a woman, the same as you are as a man. I'm telling you, it's very difficult for a person on the path of self-development, self-cultivation to pursue someone who is not. We talked about that when the show first began. You know, speaking, and is the individual really listening? You see, you have to be on that path, because if in a girl's mind it's all about the Skrilla, what you can do for me, the hookup, you know, helping with the bills, helping with little Johnny and you know, baby's kids, she's not going to hear you. She's not going to. You have to be aligned. You know, you talked about, I believe it was last week, about your mom and how your mom's parented through the Bible, through scriptures, what have you. Well, we have that phrase or that term, equally yoked.
What does that mean?
Equally yoked, and it's holistic. It can't
Talk
be
to
just.
us.
It can't just be physical. It has to be that emotional yoking, that spiritual yoking, that etheric yoking, man. It has to be on all levels. We're not just one dimensional. We're 9-dimensional beings, man. We can't just clean or cleanse physically. Okay, we just can't go after the physical mucus. We have etheric mucus, man. We have emotional mucus. We have spiritual mucus. We have to be yoked, man. So a man and a woman have to be on the same plane, man, if we're going to arrive at success. And if not, then we're just faking the funk. And we have to be careful out here because people will tell you that I'm spiritual, I'm seeking this, I'm seeking that. And that's why relationships are very important, and especially the component of courting or courtship during relationships, because when you court, that is that period that allows you to present that evidence and to look for that evidence. You know, girl saying that she cooks, she want to be vegan, she what have you. And you get to see those traits while you're courting her. You can't see the traits if you are pounding her.
Say more. Go deeper.
If you just having sex, you're missing the signs. You're not looking. You're going to be sidetracked. And see, the truth of the matter is that's what's going on with most people. It's the sex. I had a conversation, this was electronically, with the female who told me about certain escapades of meeting dudes and having sex with the dude on the first day. Now, you tell me, what the hell are you learning from somebody on the first day? What type of sign, what type of traits are you seeing on the first damn date?
Wow. Corey, go ahead. I see you.
No, I was just listening to the brother, and I'm saying, like, I think it's important to have sex with somebody as soon as possible so you know if you want to be with them or not.
I do too.
Because some people are not even functional. A lot of brothers are not functional, especially after a certain age. Yeah. Like when you get a man who's about 50 or older, you really need to see if he's functional. Because some guys ain't functional no more. So if she wait to find all them other elements, then the main element that hold people together is not possible. All that good stuff get thrown out the window most of the time.
Most of the time.
Not all the time,
in general,
of course.
yes.
I got to roll with Corey in this sense. It's really not just sex, but it is physical. And if you're not satisfied, that's not going to change because all the other pieces are in place. That's just, it's my nature.
Right.
And I'm not going to apologize for being a sexual being. I just don't want to have sex for the sake of having sex, though, with somebody that has a different expectation.
But sometimes, why else would you have sex?
No, you're missing what I said.
Okay,
what I mean by that is I want to have sex with somebody that I know I want to have sex with because they want to have sex with me.
Everybody.
No. It's a negotiation going on in the other situation. They giving you the sex because they got this agenda that they think that's going to fulfill instead of having sex for sex's sake.
Sexual agendas? Talk about it.
Bobby, do you really think that somebody wants to have sex with you because of you at your age unless they look obviously like they need to have sex with you?
I can verify that.
That's not a joke. That's me being honest.
And I'm being honest
We
too.
have to be honest with ourselves when we are, especially the people who got money, when they with a girl and it looks mismatched, it's a mismatch because of a reason. But I'm saying, like, as we really are,
right,
especially men who are at a certain age. Right. I always say 50 and older. Because when you're 50 and older, you really need to realize you ain't got time to fix nobody. If you run across somebody and it works a good way, God bless you. But most of the time,
but I ain't talking about most.
I'm
talking about what
on
you
this
just
planet
said.
is hustle and bustle with the pussy.
Hustle,
but you just said
and
the magic.
Ask you a question when the time
with the pussy.
You just said the magic part when it works, because we were talking about standards earlier. I ain't trying to be with nobody that gonna even attempt to play me like that. I'm gonna see evidence that it is a mutual attraction. Because I ain't fooling myself, like you just said. I ain't playing that game.
None of us know, Bobby. We men. We don't know who really want us.
Now you can.
I know
Bobby,
you think you know, but
Bobby,
you don't know.
I do.
If that sex is good on the first night, or just that ASAP vagina, but other traits and qualities are not there,
then you're the wrong person. It's gonna be some problems.
You'd have sex and you walk away.
Yes.
At this stage of my life, shit, man, I done been. Oh Lord, Corey know too well. So no,
I've been through the same thing.
So
this brother, I don't even know him, and I can tell he's highly intelligent. But we all go through it because we think we know who like us. You don't know who like you.
But it goes back to that work too, because and I'm not against anybody who have sex, on the first date or within the first week or what have you. But because cultivation and development is so important, especially in attracting the right person. When we get through having sex with these individuals, we got to do that cleaning because we carry negs. They're demons. They're energetic demons, right? When we deal with the chakras, we are dealing with diskettes. And we're also dealing with attachments. So we're dealing, you heard of the lower chakras, higher chakras?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a disease?
I don't know.
Okay, these are
this bitch gave me chakras.
hey, she corrupted her chakras. Hey, she closed her chakras. No, the chakras, you see them in like the little Indian scripts, with the colors, the little wheels, the red, the orange, the yellow, the green.
Seriously, bro. Seriously. I can't even spell it.
You got to speak in the mic, Bobby.
I don't know what it is.
Energy centers. The seven basic energy centers.
I know stuff you wash off in the sink.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Every day is a school day.
The 7 energies, and I mean, this is real deep, and this is mostly taught in the East, which is why they don't have a lot of problems that we have in the West, right? Because we're totally ignorant of that energetic aspect. When we deal with that first chakra is located at the vagina, men and female. Then you move up to the belly, that's the second chakra. You move up to the spleen area, the solar plexus, that's the third chakra. Between the breast, the chest is the 4th chakra. The throat is the 5th chakra. Between the eyes is the 6th chakra, also known as a third eye. The top of the head is the 7th chakra. So these chakras are energy sites that have metaphysical qualities. So when you understand the first quality, where the vagina is on the female, that deals with being grounded. That is the source of the site where our needs are taken care of. If that is damaged or shut down, you're dealing with a woman that is using that vagina for purposes of being taken care of.
Rent.
She's after your money. She's looking for bills to be paid.
Now you mentioned them other spots. I must have found some of them and liked them. And
we all have them.
I set the bar there. That's what I was telling Corey a minute ago. 50 for me and beyond has been about being honest with myself. I have sex with the light on because I want to see what's going on for real. And if it's if it's going both ways, I ain't the only one pushing this issue now. Because if it is, then it's done turned into work. Right. That's the one job I do not want. I don't need to be around somebody intimately that it doesn't get better because we are doing this for the reasons of enjoyment and pleasure and mutual respect.
Respect isn't necessary.
Here we go.
It's not, brother. It's that's imaginary what you're talking about.
Is it?
You sleep with people because you want to sleep with people. Everything else
now, I sleep with people because they want to sleep with me.
Oh, Bobby, you a player there, though, Jay. Bobby said, "Oh, you want this, huh?
You want this here? Let me show you what you asked. You asked for
right. I'm about to buy you an ascot next time I see you.
Let me show you what this is all about.
You want some of this chakra, huh? I don't understand it, Bobby. I don't. You know what? That's self-confidence right there. And you have always been that way since I've known you about when it comes to what you do to these women out here.
Be careful what you ask for. You walking up this street.
I'm just saying, Bobby. That's why I give you credit for it.
It ain't. But see, you're right about the other thing. It's not that many women out there. And once I done been through the horrific situation I have, thinking that everybody fits into that mold, then my growth has been to know that it's not that many people that feel that way about themselves, that they comfortable enough with the fact that they good looking.
All these schools out here, none of them teach these women what they need to know about their interaction with a man.
True.
They teach them a whole bunch of stuff that might give them the tools to work on a job with their oppressors, but they never teach them how to interact with a man.
That's for sure.
And vice versa.
Wow.
So this is, when you walk out that door, that's all chaos.
Yeah.
I jump into chaos, get what I can, and be gone.
And you have mastered that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
true.
Yeah.
I don't take something for nothing. I always pay them.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's not what they're worth as far as it go with our purpose here as God, but their address and zip code is what I pay them according to.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying?
Damn, I got a question for the whole panel.
I'm her peace. I'm the closest to peace you'll get. Because when I leave, I got something on the dresser for you. And it's because I've been blessed. Yeah, what I look like not blessing you? That's selfish. You gave me everything you worth. Here.
Damn.
Go to the grocery store.
Okay, I got a question for the whole crew. True or false? The majority of dateable women are not worthy of fidelity. True or false?
Did he say dateable women?
Yeah. The majority of dateable women are not worthy of fidelity, i.e. monogamy.
What's a dateable woman?
That's what I want to know.
I'm asking y'all. Y'all can give us that. Give us that.
All women are dateable. I mean, in my opinion, but I'm saying a woman that's worth your true respect. Hold on, I can't play with her.
Yeah, there we go.
This is
yes, that's what.
This is a true woman of God right here. This ain't that church fake Christianity shit.
Yes.
I do not play with a woman who has respect for herself. Honestly, I get away from them people because I believe if you dog out God's people, you ain't gonna have none but bad luck on this planet. I honestly believe that. So if it's a woman who's respectable and I know I ain't got good intentions by her, I get away from her. I be like, no, you ain't gonna. You right, babe. You have shown me that you are what you say and all that. So I ain't gonna lie. I ain't finna switch this up. I'm finna be me.
Toohoody, your answer?
Wow.
That's a heavy
all
question,
women
right?
are dateable. And I do believe that there is someone, that ultimate soulmate for everybody. When it appears, that's that's up in the air. But worthy of fidelity, it exists, beloved, but it's like a needle in the haystack in our society. I truly believe that you really, really, really have to develop yourself. And you will see it too, Zoe, with the various women, you make progress. You make progress. You really do. That's why we have soul mates, not just one soulmate, but soul mates. Okay, and we're doing that work to better ourselves for that ultimate one. And if we don't, and I truly believe that if we don't get it in this lifetime, then we set ourselves up to get it in a subsequent lifetime, because all work pays off. I truly believe that.
Bobby?
Well. As I went through the progressions of my life changed every 5 years. And now I'll be 65 in July. I'm comfortable knowing that I don't have to pretend that I'm okay with something that I'm not okay with, because it's not going to come out right. So if I meet a lady, I'm going to ask her some questions that sound like I'm interviewing her, because I am. And I have a right to, because I don't want to waste another moment, man. Life is too precious. I've lost so many dear friends in the last couple of years that I'm just conscious of time. And when I'm around somebody, I don't want to have to, in the back of my mind, wonder, should I be here?
Ooh, speak to the mic, Bobby.
Should I be here?
Why am I here?
Because I don't agree with her, and I'm sitting up here acting like I do. This is not going to work out. So why would a piece of pussy be worth that much of my time? Now, Corey has another methodology that makes a lot of sense if you have the means to do that and you feel that way about it. It comes down to what you can wake up every day and look in the mirror and say, I'm on my path. Now, my path is a little bit different, because I'm comfortable knowing that I know a lady that I don't have to go through that particular issue with, at least so far in my life. And I'm not going to run away from that, because it solves so many other problems, because I need my energy and my focus to deal with my vision. And I don't want nobody getting in the way of my vision. I've been left on this planet long enough to know what it is that I'm good at and what I'm supposed to be doing.
So I got another question for the panel, starting with Corey. Which is the most important, or should be the most important to a man? His purpose or his woman?
Woo! Like when you say that, like I don't know what you mean when you say purpose.
The purpose of his life, why he's here, what he's supposed to be doing. Like Quincy Jones, his purpose was music.
Well, that's debatable.
Well, see, I'm just trying to answer that question as best I can.
Yeah, I got you.
The woman is going to show who she is and what she's worth. Mm-hmm. So I can't say what any woman in particular is, but you know what I'm saying? If you're around a woman who has put the time in and shown you her worth, I really don't, that's very valuable. Mm-hmm. Like, you really don't get that most of the time, man. You don't get a woman who you can look at anybody in the world and say, this woman here got my back no matter what.
No matter what.
I got her back no matter what. Her best interest is important to me. Most of the time, we in a situation with a girl, we just damage controlling because we don't want nobody else to sleep with her.
Ooh, say it.
We damage control in this situation.
Yeah.
But your purpose, I mean, like, if she really is if she really is the one, your purpose is just as important to her as it is to you, and she gonna show you that. You don't have to say it. Everything she does shows she's available to you when you need her. She keeps herself ready for what needs to happen. It's not like that third wheel. You don't even feel that. It's like she with me, I'm with her.
Period.
And that's just unfortunately most brothers don't get that in their lifetime.
So
but I wish everybody that, because I believe it'll change you.
It will.
It'll change your priorities. You'll be like, damn, it's almost like a child that you grow up with.
Right.
You feel like while you here, you're to protect that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Bobby?
Well, Corey just put it appropriately.
Woo.
Because once you get into a situation where you can fully devote your attention to your purpose, in the company of a mate, the sky is literally the limit to me.
Yeah.
Because particularly right now, there's got to be enough brothers that can devote their full attention to building, not just for themselves, but for others. And then have that replicated in different ways, sports and entertainment, business, social, wellness. We got to have people that are in a position now to look out for each other to the point where we see it. We see it in each other. And then it allows us also to put the other folks that need to go in these other compartments where they need to go. So having the right person around you is so important. You better off being alone if it's not the right person.
Toohoody, jump in here, man.
That's true. Well, without a doubt, purpose for a man is first and foremost. And a developed woman, a cultivated woman, will get behind a man with a purpose, and very importantly, without giving up her purpose. See, purpose is what drives us. And what a lot of men don't know is that when we know what our purpose is, it becomes attractive to developed women. And notice I always say developed women, because we have to recognize where we are. Everybody's not developed. Everybody's not conscious. See, we're all I tell my boys this, we're all put together. When you in your car, you got crazy people, you got wise people, sane people, we're all together. So you got to navigate. You got to navigate, you see? So you have to understand the society that you are in. The positive things that we're talking about, that the ultimate woman, the ultimate man, does exist. But it is the exception to the rule. No matter how messed up it is here, we most definitely can have it. You can be a man of purpose,
Right.
and attract the right woman who will be aligned with your purpose without giving up her purpose, and the purposes align. And you guys can build. You got these people today talking about, let's get together, let's build. What can you build? You are destructive. Ooh. Let's get together and build. I don't like when our people say that too, because we're so damn destructive. We tear stuff down. We'll come together, we'll have the sex. But then when we get mad and something don't work out, you're trying to destroy my business, or he trying to destroy her business. But wait a minute, y'all came together at first to do what? To build, but why are you destroying?
You can't have peace unless you are peace.
You gotta be the peace.
You can't have Mr. Right unless you right with yourself. And a lot of women seek for saviors. And this is where beta males and Captain Save-A-Hoes and simps and all these kind of dudes come through. And unfortunately, women label those as good men because they're willing to take on not only their financial baggage, but their emotional baggage, their mental baggage. And again, emotional and mental baggage takes on the form of a coping mechanism. So I tell women, are you dating a real man? Or have you forced him to date your coping mechanism so you can stay comfortable?
How many women know what a real man is, though, Zoe?
Tell us what it is.
And they've never seen that. You know, a lot of these girls did not grow up with fathers, especially fathers that were real men. A man who takes on duties, responsibilities. Okay?
Yeah.
And we can throw the various titles out there. Husband. You know, daddy, community activist,
right,
and on and on and on. Coach, life got all of that,
right.
You know, the list is unending,
right.
A lot of these girls have never seen that, beloved, and we're talking about real men. They may think that what they see on television is the real thing. A real man is somebody who keeps it real, a man who keeps it real. Like Chris Rock said, he could be keeping it real dumb, real stupid.
That's true.
Corey, can a real man, or can you consider a man real in a relationship context? Can you consider a man as real if he's protecting his wife's or his woman's weaknesses? Meaning, she got work to do. But you're invested in being the protector to the point that you don't even allow her to get the lessons she's supposed to be getting. Can you consider that a real man? Because a lot of times women seek that man and put him in the catbird seat because
women destroy that man.
Go ahead. Talk about that.
Almost all you men who does what her mother did was make up for all her bullshit. You get destroyed. Really just like her mother did, because they leave their mother house in disarray because they got too old for their mama to keep smiling with them. And you know, when you got the hens in there hackling, one of them going about their business. And they need what we call on the streets, you need a new fool now. Your mother tired of being the fool, so now you're going to find a new fool, which is this man that will compromise everything to keep fucking with you. And he's done you a disservice too.
That's right.
A real man, in my opinion, you judge him by what he's done, not what he said. What he's done. Because there are men out here who have put in the work, even though they might be alone. We know. See, when I see men alone, I know what it is. I know what it is. They'll rather deal with death, you know, the way they should, by themselves, rather than have somebody phony with you. Because in California,
that's right,
when you die, they call the funeral home and have somebody scoop you up. And the only reason they see you again is because they had to go down to the funeral home and give them some money. Most of the bitches don't even want to go in there. You want to see the body? They be like, no, just burn the motherfucker. I'm through now, right? I'm through. That's what happened to That's what happened to the fools. But it's men who are alone because they would rather face that alone
that's right.
than be around somebody that they know ain't really got their best interest. So a real man, when I see people when they alone, I know it's hard to be alone.
Yeah.
It's easy to just go get that fake situation and be with that because it make you feel better a little bit. You got somebody to roll over to and be her puppet.
Right.
But to be alone, I'll be like, why is he alone? And it makes me watch you when I see men who are alone. I'm talking about like a man who finds a way to live where he got to live. All of it is on my terms.
That's right.
It's something about it that attracts me to a brother. It makes me be like, why didn't he give in to the bullshit? Don't you know it's easier to be around a fake bitch and have some pussy and a little fake family that dog you out and all like that? You get what I'm saying?
It's true.
Who gets the most pussy? Real men or fake men?
Fake men all day.
Oh, that's
Ooh, come on, y'all. Let's talk about it, Bobby.
because you'll rather drink muddy water and sleep in a hollow log before you end up in a situation where
That's a country ass explanation. Damn, you from Murfreesboro for real.
For real.
That's a
No,
Murfreesboro
man.
grammar school.
it's just too much to do, man. When you know you have given up your dignity and your self-respect in exchange for a feeling that's so fleeting that even before you finish it, you're ready to go.
Damn.
And you're in total regret for what you gave up because you ain't going to get that back. Once you give that up, you're done. You're done, man.
It takes major strength to be alone. And all these women need to be taught that. It's not easy to be alone. I'm not saying you're supposed to be alone, but I'm saying if you want to do what's right by yourself, you might wind up alone. And they need to be taught that.
Well, they
There's somebody
are.
to do right by you. That ain't easy to come by.
I see this all the time. Women traveling socially in packs because that's the only time they keep in company. And if one of those girls attracts a man that she likes, it changes everything in that circle. Wow. And they start conspiring to bust them up. Because I see it in ladies' face. When they see a man and a woman together and they in them packs, they got that look like, why isn't that me? And then they start discussing what's wrong with him. Oh, his shoes don't match his tie and all this old kind of foolishness, right? And I see
he cheat.
Right. And I see men get together and act like they really cool with bunching up over here. I'm talking about the modern dudes, right? You go in a spot, man, and the women's over here clumped up and the guys over here clumped up. And it just looks like, what are y'all here for? This is not working unless it's something happening that I don't know nothing about, which is usually the case, man, because most of the social spots now are, multi-gender kind of things going on, and it's just not my spot. Okay. But Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, talked correctly about the Mastermind group.
Yes, sir.
Men of purpose mostly succeed around like-minded people.
Right.
So you said something about sometimes we all got different pools of people we deal with. When we're most productive and most successful, we're around like-minded people that you don't have to drag. Because they get too heavy. They get too dependent on you making it happen instead of everybody identifying what they bringing to the table.
Right.
With a common objective of affecting positive social and economic change.
Yo, you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk X. I'm Zoe Williams. Dash Radio is the channel. Dash Talk X is the station. The Voice of Reason is the show. Mansers or Mansions is the series. My special guest in the building today is Corey Holcomb, Toohoody Matra, and Bobby Glanton-Smith. We chopping it up. Be her peace. Are men the chief cause of women's disappointment in relationship? Toohoody Matra, I'm asking you the question right now. Who gets more, the most cooter?
Well, the
fake
dudes.
men or real men?
Fake dudes, because
Why? Tell us.
well, when you're fake to yourself, you can do whatever. like J.R. Ewing said in an episode of Dallas, once you lose the integrity, shit, you could do anything. So that's the type of society we live in. So I could be fake, and just say the right things and run through a particular female.
Now, wait a minute. Now you hitting on something. Why do lies work better on women than the truth?
Why do lies work better on women than the truth?
Yes.
Because you know what? Unfortunately, and it's just a reality in our world, a lot of women in our society embrace lies. When you hear me say the truth hurts, I follow it up by saying it only hurts the people who embrace lies. Because lies feel good. If the truth hurts, then a lie must feel good. And a lot of people live lives predicated upon lies. And I don't live my life like that, bro. In 1995, I hit a state of what they call urban nirvana. Peace, 1995. Gave that up. And I say gave it up consciously, gave it up by entering a relationship. Cool relationship, Pisces female, but I lost the peace. I had good times, but it was sporadic. Right. And I got used to having that peace deuce 4-7. So I had to walk away because I'm true to myself. And I'm going to catch hell, and they want to destroy me and take me to court and child support and all that crazy stuff. I got to be punished, right? So 4 years of celibacy twice, right? That's the peace time. And then you get back into that relationship as a test. You lose the peace, and it's the same thing.
Wow.
So I've already done that twice. So this is the third go-around. So it's already been 2 years, bro. And I've been very, very, very honest with myself. People say, what happened to Baby Doll? And I said, the truth of the matter is Baby Doll is cool. Love Baby Doll. College degree, all of that. Real cool. Came up two-parent household.
Right.
But the reality is Toohoody Matra loves his peace, man. I get to wake up anytime I want to, eat what I want to, go where I want to, watch movies, stay up late, work. I'm free, man, and I have peace.
Wow.
Can I give it up, Zoe? Can I give it up? The answer is no.
Hell
nah.
no.
Not
Fuck
for
that.
a piece. No. And I've done that. And I'm like, damn.
Corey, you had
Now,
a
that's
point?
real what the brother said.
Yeah.
But I want everybody to know that the reason women enjoy your lies is because now they can justify being the victim. I can be the funky bitch that I've been before you met me and justify it all my turmoil in life, because you lied. You fucked up and gave me a reason to do everything I do. They look for a lie. When you don't lie to a woman, that bitch will get the fuck away from you. She will be like,
It's just real.
this motherfucker ain't giving me nothing I can use.
Damn.
He giving me the truth every time. This is not healthy for me. I need to be able to blame somebody for what I am.
The funky bitch get out of jail free card.
Right.
Damn.
They love when you lie to them. Oh, that's like, oh my God, dude, that's like money.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's like money.
God damn.
And I'm not talking about just women out there. I'm talking about women I know, family members. I don't care. I watch they get out. I be like, you motherfuckers crazy. You want him to do that.
God damn.
Every time you lie to a woman, you empower her imaginary world that she lives in, and nobody's going to take her away from her.
Because,
Go ahead.
listen, a lot of people forget. Carl Jung, Freud, they all said it's hella difficult for a person, man or female, to face themselves, who they really are, without that motherfucking mask. It is difficult. It is the challenge of a lifetime to sit down in the mirror and go, this is who the fuck I am and I got to accept it. So, when women or men are confronted by a self-actualized, self-realized person, they know there's responsibility attached to that person.
That's true.
The responsibility of seeing themselves as they are. And like Corey said, they try to get the fuck away from them people. Because I ain't ready to see me as I really am. I still need to be able to blame motherfuckers. I'm not strong enough to claim what I co-create in relationships. I still need to be able to say it's his fault.
And they feel like nobody wants to go to this place that they call hell. Yeah. It's the closest thing to hell for most of these women to know they destroyed somebody that didn't do nothing to them. So that's why they almost, I'm telling you, man, they can coexist with a liar. Yeah. But a person who tells the truth, oh my God, they're never comfortable. I just left this other bitch house, and I left her house because I wanted to go be with her.
Right.
Even though I'm with you and I love you, it was this other girl I saw. I just wanted to be with her that night. I got with her, you know, actually it was good, but I'd rather be with you. It's funny because you never hear people talk like that. But when men talk like that, you become something different. It's addictive. I'm telling you. To watch the face of the average woman when you tell them calmly what you did.
Wow. Wow.
Man, I ain't never been no man who just be with one woman physically. My whole life. I ain't never been able to pull that off. I'm not proud of that. I ain't gonna lie. I want to be different.
Right.
But the truth,
man,
you seen these hoes out here? You don't stop fucking these hoes. What? I heard this brother say he went 4 years celibacy. Am I right?
10 years.
Do you know how much strength that takes, man? That ain't no regular shit.
Right.
Once you start fucking, it's over. For a normal person. Your life is over. You will not be able to stop this vice that makes you sleep better at night. Or I know that's what it does for a lot of men. After they get some pussy, they can go to sleep and rest.
It does happen, yes.
Right.
But you know, I know we're getting short on time. What are the takeaways from this conversation today? What could somebody gain from having heard what we've talked about today, in your opinion? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead,
I mean, you went right to the end, Bobby, but that's all right. We still got a little bit more time, but that's cool.
It's going fast.
I know. I like the question setup, though.
When people see the truth, I'm telling you, man, it does something to you because really, you are supposed to tell the truth.
Right.
You're supposed to resist the weakness of lying.
Right.
Because it's easy to lie and it's hard to tell the truth. So when you start being that person who tells the truth and you are around somebody or somebody hears something like this, it does something in them that changes them because it's what we really want to be. So that's why this show is important. Everybody who heard it, especially people who always wanted to tell the truth anyway.
Right.
It's something inside you. I call it the God in you. That's what really, that's how it should be. The easy lies that makes it where you can coexist with somebody who needs the lies.
Wow.
Has you both destroyed.
Wow. Wow. Toohoody, speak on that.
Peace, man. I mean, peace, not for another person, but for yourself. That attracts everything else that you require, everything else that you desire. Be that peace for yourself first and foremost. That peace will follow you wherever you go. And that peace will also protect you because when drama comes on the scene, that peace is activated like a house alarm. And you bounce. Because, like I said, I've been there several times. There is no comparison. There is no comparison. I am a Taurus with a Scorpio ascendant. Very sexual. Love it. Enjoy it. But I tapped into something in 1995, and that is peace. And that is the most prized possession of my life. I couldn't do law. I couldn't do business. I couldn't do any of the things that I do without peace. That's very important for me. So if a woman is on the scene that takes away my peace, she takes away Toohoody Matra, then Toohoody Matra is not here today.
Damn.
Y'all saw Shrek?
Yeah.
It's the same story.
Talk about it.
He did not want nobody messing with him. He just wanted to be on his swamp, go fishing, and live his life. He didn't want nobody around messing with his peace. Because once you learn about peace, like my brother said, I mean, it's so valuable. You be like, wow, I I actually feel like I'm going to live longer now.
You know? Shit.
I was around that woman. I was ready to die.
Bobby, doesn't the scripture say that it is better for a man to be on the corner of a rooftop than in the house with a contentious woman?
God damn.
Isn't that speaking about? Yeah, isn't that
God
about peace?
damn.
You got me confused with Deco Matter, bro. I don't know the Bible like that, but it sounds like something that would go in the book.
In the book of Proverbs. Yeah, it's there. In the book of Proverbs. Yes, sir.
The reason I asked that question and wanted to be a part of the discussion is it's settings like this that I feel are necessary to a much larger audience, particularly younger brothers.
Yeah.
That don't have fathers, or they have fathers that are just males as opposed to men. And as I deal with my own struggles, this affirms why it's necessary to plant a flag and stand on your convictions. Because in my remaining years, and I want to live another 25, 30 years healthily.
Healthily.
That's important.
Yes, sir, boss. Yes, sir.
No walking canes and tubes and all that kind of shit, you know, because I'm still doing everything I did, just less of it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's good for me because that's quality of life. And I want to be in the presence of people who understand that we are here to get certain things done, because before we got here, there was some structure that allowed us to evolve into the people that we are trying and in many instances have become that we want to be. So this type of show lets me know it's important to constantly refine myself and only attract and know the difference when you can't stop some people from coming into your life, but you can detect them a lot quicker with their certainty.
Because we have to factor in this. We got to factor in this too. Society is confusing in this sense because lies get you ahead. Lies is associated with success, both business and personal. So now, if the truth ain't paying you, quote unquote, a lot of people abandon the truth because lies are paying. Now, I come back to say, if men are getting their way with women because we lying to them, and women are accepting lies because they want to get that get out of jail free card so they could be a victim in the situation, how do we turn that situation around? How does truth attract truth? Corey?
Standing on the truth.
There we go.
Look, man, you say you get ahead by lying, and that's very true. But when you get ahead by standing on the truth and the foundation of righteousness, it's harder for people to knock you down.
Right.
But when you made it off lies, especially when your lies can be exposed, everything you built is fragile. It's this brother on the internet, and his name is Dr. Whatever, who was building the school.
Umar Johnson.
Dr. Umar Johnson. And I hear him talk, and he's highly intelligent and all that. But he got caught in some lies. And it turned when I see him, I just turn away now. Because I'm like, oh, man, you got some real weakness inside you, brother. And I'm going to tell you, it ain't necessarily the school. It was the fake phone call. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I did.
When he was on there acting like he was on the phone and they were wrong. I was like, no, bro, you just broke so much that you built up. So that's why I'm saying it's a perfect example of, you can lie and get ahead, but when you own something, when you standing on something solid, oh man, it's just hard to knock that down.
Yeah, real talk.
I don't care what they say on the news about me. The people who know me, they know, they lying on Corbin. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So let me ask you, Toohoody, how do lies tear women down? How do lies from men break women down?
Lies can only tear a woman or a person down if that person really, really, really wants to deal with the truth. There are some people out there who will tell you straight up, I am a liar. I don't give a shit. So you can't break that person down. You understand? It has to emanate from within the person. See, the roots of lies don't go as deep as that of truth. Truth is the foundation. look, the reality is, beloved, everybody does not want the truth. You have to recognize that everybody don't want it. Why do you think evil run this world, man?
Because the truth equates to responsibility, accountability, ownership, authorship.
And you talked about, allowing truth to be responsible for making your money. Growing up, I saw people make money from telling lies, being fake, but I saw what it did to them. It corrupted them to the core. So I said, I didn't want to be like that. I said, I'm going to make my money from being truthful. You see, so that's my presence is not out there on social media like it used to be, because I'm not going to fake the funk. Okay. I'm not, you don't hear my business being played out on radio stations. Certain people would have you, the mainstream. I'm not selling out. I need to be able to speak my damn truth and call a spade without being afraid of getting paid. I have to make my own truth. And that's what I've done, brother. And that's what has freed me. Being able to speak my truth. What are you going to do to me? Like I told a sister the other day, what are you going to do to me? I don't give a shit if you report me. What can anybody do to me? I'm not mainstream. So I can say, you can take your money and stick it up your ass.
Right.
I'm cool.
Right.
And you lost a customer. So goddamn what? I still have my truth. I have my peace. You can't take that from me.
Wow.
Peace, brother. Peace, truth. Synonymous.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to the Mansion series. This is an open forum. I would love to have Umar come on again. I've had him on the show before. I would love to have the brother come on and talk to us about whatever is misunderstood or not clear or not revealed.
That's misunderstood.
It's going to be a short show.
I saw that.
Right. Get at us, man. Get at us. Get at us, man. But let me do this, because we're almost at the end of the show. Bobby, where can they find you? How do they connect with you? How do they rock with the Bobby Glanton-Smith movement?
Twitter, at Glanton-Smith. My email is at
Damn, Bobby.
Bobby at Real Men Don't Play. Bobby at Real Men Don't Play, and my website is realmendon'tplay.com. You just said something, give me 30 seconds. What Dr. Umar did, we've done it too many times. He tried to reinvent the wheel. We got a school right here in Los Angeles that should be duplicated all over the country. It's called the Marcus Garvey School. That's who that brother should have called if he was going to start a school. He should have got with some people that's been running school for 40 years and educating our kids to love themselves.
Toohoody Matra, please tell people where they can find you and how they support your movement.
Yes, the email is Toohoody at ToohoodyMatraHerbs.com, and the business website is ToohoodyMatraHerbs.com.
And Bobby, and Corey, where you gonna be at, man?
Hey, man, I'm chilling this weekend, but you know what I'm saying? You want to talk crazy to me? Get at me on Twitter, because I'm. I interact with the people on Twitter.
Yes, he
Corey
does.
Holcomb on Twitter.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I love to remind people that I'm not going for it.
Hey.
And Dr. Umar, look, like I said, man, I don't know you, man, but I'm just saying that thing
He
with the
did
phone.
what he did, man.
That thing with the phone. I was like, oh, okay.
It got worse than that.
Yeah, I know I saw, but I'm just talking
worse.
that thing with the phone is small, but it's large. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw it too.
Hey, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We don't have all the answers, but guess what? We started the conversation. What you gonna do about it? You gonna extend the conversation? Gonna continue the conversation? That's what I hope you do. Wednesdays, mansions, where men get together and build. I appreciate Corey Holcomb, Toohoody Matra, Bobby Glanton-Smith. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. on Dash Radio, Dash Talk X, with another episode of The Voice of Reason. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm Zoe Williams, The Voice of Reason. Deuces.